My best friend scammed me of my wedding money. Story time. My best friend and I have been friends for over 2 decades. I met her when I was in my 7th grade and we have been inseparable since then. I love my best friend with my whole heart, but she has some behaviors that always bother me. These behaviors of hers have been bothering me since we became friends. Over time, I have noticed that my best friend is a bit jealous of me. During 7th grade, which is the grade that I met her, she failed her exam. So I proceeded to grade 8, but she had to rewrite her exams. When she was made to rewrite her exams after failing, I could tell that she was not so happy. But I didn't think I was the reason for the lack of happiness. So I just thought she was reacting to failing an exam. I mean, it's not easy failing an exam. So I encouraged her throughout the process until she cleared her grade 7. So because of that gap that we had, I was always ahead. I went to uni first, graduated first, obviously. So she was always a year behind me. Despite the fact that she was a year behind me, we still did everything together. We agreed to go to the same university, which happened. Just being young and naive, we always said we wanted to get married at the same time. We actually said we wanted our wedding to be on the same day. So because of the friendship that me and my best friend had, our guardians became friends. I was raised by both my parents, and my friend was raised by her grandmother. Because of our friendship, her grandmother became friends with my parents. As we grew older, we realized that wanting to get married on the same day was nothing but just childhood bluff. So we knew this wasn't happening now that we're older. Because obviously we know life doesn't move at the same pace. Whoever finds the husband first will get married first. And this was the agreement. We had a consensus on that. Now let me set the scene for you. Growing up, like I mentioned, our guardians were friends. They always told us that as a girl child, it was important to be educated before we got married. They always told us they wouldn't accept any fiancé, husband, or anyone trying to reach home before we were educated. We joke about it saying I would probably get married first because I was way ahead in school. Not way ahead anyway, I was just ahead by 1 year. Bear in mind that my best friend was 3 years older than me. And as fate would have it, I found a man before she did. So I got into a serious relationship before she had anything serious going on. She seemed happy for me, but boy was I wrong. My best friend would always try to copy what I did. But growing up, I always thought it's a girly thing, you know. It would irritate me sometimes that she would always copy everything, but just understood that she was being girly. One time actually, I planned a photo shoot for my birthday. I had an outfit in mind, so that outfit was some sort of a costume. When her birthday came, because my birthday comes before hers, she also wore the same thing. She didn't even tell me she was going to do the same type of a costume. This offended me, but then I talked to my parents about it, but they told me, no, it's just being girls, you know, you guys have grown up like twins basically. So my best friend's jealousy became apparent when I went to uni. I got to university before she did, and obviously I had course mates who became my friends. Every time I would hang out with those friends, my best friend would get very, very upset. If I put them on my status, she would say things like, oh, you've replaced us. Oh, you're living your best life because now not in uni, because she was still waiting for her grade 12 results. So I would always reassure her that no matter what, I've known you for longer. These guys are just my friends like any other friend. It doesn't mean just because I have a best friend, you're the only friend I'll have. Fast forward to later in life, after my man proposed, me and him planned an engagement party for just family and friends. The party is not the cheapest. So my fiancé and I spent money on this party. I didn't have a luxurious engagement because my parents preferred that it was very traditional. So he just reached home, paid my bride price, and the plan was that he would give me my engagement ring at this party. My best friend was well aware of this party and she said she would come with her man. This is the first time I'm hearing that she also has a man. So she told me, no, I actually have someone, I will come with him to your party so that you can meet him. So I was like, oh yeah, that's fine because the party allowed that each person can have a +1. Lo and behold, the day of my engagement party comes. After everything that we had planned for the engagement party, now people are just, you know, having a good time, having conversations, people are getting to know each other. The party is almost winding down. This is when my best friend stands up with a glass of wine and she hits it with cutlery. You know that thing? Yeah. She says, oh, I have an announcement to make. So in my head, I'm thinking she probably wants to say a speech because people say a few speeches. Just how an engagement party would go. When my best friend stands up, she tells her man to stand up as well. Immediately she stands up, it's like, oh, we actually also have an announcement. My man and I will be getting married. At this point, I'm very, very upset because why are you announcing your wedding at my engagement party? This party was expensive, first of all. This is where my husband also gave me my ring. So it was basically an engagement for me as well because my first engagement was just a traditional one. So I wanted to do the actual thing because I always imagined a beautiful engagement. But because of us being traditional, my parents didn't allow that. So now she's also saying that she's getting married at my engagement party, and she knew that this was an engagement party. When my best friend announces this, I really feel disrespected. I don't even congratulate her or anything. I just storm out of the room. After I storm out, my husband, or then my fiancé, follows me. So he just tells me, you know what, just ignore her. You know how you females are, you like attention. I'm sure she just wanted to have a moment for her engagement as well. To be honest, because of how long I've known this girl, I just choose to ignore her. Because what can I do? I just choose to forgive her, because in my head I'm like, obviously maybe it wasn't intentional, she didn't think it was that bad. Moreover, I didn't really come clean to her, telling her I don't want anyone else to shine above me on my day. So I just think she was also just having a moment. After this engagement, I choose to ignore her, or just forgive her rather, because I'm convinced by what my husband says. She probably just wanted her own moment. But then when we start preparing for the wedding, this is where all the drama starts. Because I was working outside Lusaka, I planned my whole event remotely. I didn't have a wedding planner or anything like that. So when it was time to pay for my venue, I told my best friend to go check it out for me. I would have picked my mom, but I felt my best friend would know the trends better and she'll see which venue is best for what I want. So I chose to send my best friend, and I informed my mother that my best friend would go do it for me, and she was okay with it because we trusted this girl. Around in the places that I had suggested to her, she told me she finally found the perfect place that was available for my date. Immediately she got there, they agreed on the price. We liked the place. She video called me, I talked to the manager, and he told me the price. He told me they only take cash, so I was forced to send the money to her. I sent my best friend the money and she withdraws it according to what she tells me. She also tells me that she has paid. When she has paid, obviously, since I talked to the manager and everything, and I didn't have the knowledge that these people were supposed to give me a receipt. I didn't just think that far anyway, of which I was wrong. So she didn't send a receipt or anything, but I assumed the date was secured. It was for November 19th. All time I was planning my wedding, I was planning it remotely because I was working outside Lusaka at the time. I only managed to get a leave from work to prepare for my wedding and have my honeymoon 2 weeks before my wedding. So that 2 weeks, of course, I choose to come to Lusaka and make sure that everything is in place. At Lusaka, the first thing I want to see is my venue, because it was planned by someone, or it was paid for by someone who's on my family. So most of my wedding planning was done by my mom, except for the venue, because I wanted someone who's up to date with, trends of things. So I sent my best friend. So when I get to Lusaka, the first thing I do is I call my best friend. Hi, can we meet so that we go see the venue? So she tells me, oh yeah, we're going to meet at so a time. So we agree that I'll pick her up from her place at that time. When I get to her place, I'm hooting and hooting for a long time, and she's got a motorized gate, so I have to wait for her to open from inside. I hoot, I call her. Everything is down. I can't reach her in any way. I ask other people to call her, thinking maybe it's my network. I asked my fiancé actually to call her, but he also says he can't get to her. As a bride, obviously I was stressed about everything. So already me being at her place and she's not picking up, I'm stressing because today is the day that I'm supposed to see this place. So the agreement was they'll do the decor, the food, and they'll provide the venue as well. When I was in Lusaka, I could go and look at samples of decor, then I would choose. So this was the day that I was supposed to do that. So since she's not showing up, I have an appointment with the decor people at the event center, and my best friend is not picking up. Bear in mind, I just can't show up because she's the one who made the reservation. So I thought it just made sense that we go together. After so many failed attempts, I just choose to show up at the event center. I just think to myself, you know what, I can just tell them what date I booked for, which was the 19th of November. And then they'll obviously know it's me because the whole booking was supposed to be done under my name and my fiance's name. So when I get there, I just plan to tell them, oh, this is a booking for so and so. So just to track back a bit, when I talked to the manager of this event center, I talked to him on her phone. So I don't even have his number. When I get to the event center, I tell them my name. The man actually recognizes me from the video call. But he tells me, oh, I've been wondering, why haven't you still done a booking? Because your wedding is in November. And that's just 2 weeks. So I'm telling him, I actually did a booking. I did reserve a date with you guys for the 19th of November. So he tells me, actually, no. That day your friend said she was going to go and withdraw money because we only take cash. And she never came back. Guys, at this point, my legs are numb. So at this point, it's 2 weeks before my wedding. I don't have a venue. I don't have someone to do my decor. I don't have anyone to do the food. I call my fiancé and tell him everything. So he's saying, actually, we have an argument because he's saying, I told you should have just let mom do it. You know, your friend has always felt some type of a way about you. You should have just let mom do it. That was too sensitive. You gave her so much money, and that was about 35,000 kwacha. In dollars, we could say it's roughly 1,000 plus dollars. All my money is gone. We have to think fast. The next resort is that me and my fiancé should have an outdoor wedding because we ask for all places that are available at a cheap price or dates are taken. My friend is still not picking up my calls. It's been over 5 days since I got to Lusaka. I haven't met my friend. She's not picking up anyone's calls. My mom's, I've gone to her grandmother, and her grandmother just says, oh, she actually told me that she would be going to Namibia for business or something. I'm thinking to myself that her grandmother is probably protecting her. But from how we have grown up with her grandmother, I don't think she's the type of woman that would do that to me. At this point, I believe that my best friend has really scammed me of my wedding money. In Zambia, November is rain season. It's raining heavily. Have an outdoor wedding, and the worst happens because it's rain season. Who has an outdoor wedding during rain season? Outdoor settings at that point were the cheapest because they know they will not have much business because it's off season for them. I mean, it's rain season. So that was the cheapest place we found. We paid for it and we had our wedding there. But obviously, as you would expect, it rained on that day. It rained so heavily that my dress was messed up, firstly, and this wasn't the type of wedding I wished for. So my mood was not even right. It's 2 weeks that I had to do all this. The decor was swept away with wind. The pictures were literally on social media where my decor was swept away with wind. The wind was also heavy at this point. Aside that, my dress is so muddy. My pictures didn't even come out nice because we planned to do an indoor photo shoot at the event center that we were supposed to book initially. So now that this didn't happen, we had to do everything outdoor. My pictures didn't turn out right. I only took a few pictures because it started raining. So I don't even have proper pictures of my event. So my wedding passes. We do whatever we could. Approximately more than a month later, my friend reaches out to me. She tells me, hi. And obviously, the first thing you can guess is she apologizes. Hi, I'm sorry for ruining your day. The money was stolen as I was walking from the booth. Some guys bumped into me, and when I checked my bag, the money was gone. So for those who know Lusaka well, please tell us, do such things happen? So because she was so scared, she chose to just go away for a bit and keep quiet because she didn't know what to say to me. Then remember that my best friend is also engaged. So her wedding is also coming up. And funny enough, she invites me for the wedding. Her venue is the venue that I was supposed to have my wedding in. She tells me it's just because she liked the place. So she chose the same place as well. So that's why she's going to have her event. And also, I know my friend is not doing so fine, and the person she's getting married to is not so stable. So how the hell is she going to find the $1,000 plus? Going to get it just for a venue? Up to today, I believe that my best friend actually just stole the money meant for my wedding to do her own wedding. Because how the hell is she paying for the same event center? Why did she have her announcement for engagement at my engagement party? What was the reason? To be honest, I believe that my best friend is very jealous of me. So to catch her, what I decided to do is announce a pregnancy. Immediately I announced the pregnancy, she also told me, oh, I'm actually also pregnant. Remember, this pregnancy was fake. I was not pregnant. She told me, actually, I'm also pregnant. But then I didn't want to announce it because me and my husband were keeping it a secret for a while because we're not yet married. You know how African culture is if you're getting married as a pregnant woman. So we've chosen to keep it a secret, but it's only a few weeks old. Girl, I was actually lying about my pregnancy. So you have been jealous of me all along. Now I prove it. FYI, she's not pregnant. What do you guys think about this best friend relationship? I think we should be careful with the people we call best friends because people have different intentions.